Good morning from day number 2 here in Hamburg, Germany. Bit of a dramatic title to this video, but that is because Nelly and I are living just down this street in one of these buildings, just right there. And on the corner here is an ancient building that used to be a military complex and in the not so recent past, a police headquarters. And that's what we're gonna learn about right now. Let's go. All along the fence here is some information about the history of this location, and before Germany was a country, back when it was Prussia, this whole giant complex was built in the late 1800s, and it was originally used as a military barracks complex for the Prussian army. And what you had here was like a place for horses, you had a place for the officers and the generals, as well as a place for the infantry, and the park in front of our house where we're living right now in the city was used as like a shooting grounds and a training area for the Prussian military for like decades up until World War I, and then Germany after World War I officially became a country, and this place was sort of transitioned from being Prussian military into state police as the area of Altona, right? So we're in Altona right now, which was part of the north part of the Elbe. I don't want to get too deep into it, but the history of this place is absolutely incredible. So that's before Germany was a nation, back in Prussian times. Now let's talk about when it was a police center during World War II. Alright, so after the German Revolution in 1918, this place became a police headquarters for the state of Altona, and going into World War II from 1932 to 1937, it became also a headquarters for the SS. Now this is from what I think I understand from the information behind me. My German admittedly is not perfect. I'm taking intensive lessons to try and learn because, as you know, Nelly is pregnant and I would love to be able to communicate with our son. But I think, like, if you're really interested in the fine details of this place, I will link the website in the description of this video because there's a lot more information there, and I think it's in English. I was just told that by somebody here, so I'll check that out myself when editing this video, but I believe that there's English information online if you want to know more details about this incredible location, which is right next to our house, which is just mind-blowing crazy for me because these walls have some stories to tell. This was an SS operations headquarters for Hamburg leading up until the war. Eventually Hamburg and Altona sort of combined and became one, but this would have been Altona before the war, I believe. But still, an SS headquarters where the police made these crazy decisions to persecute people, and I just think that it's got probably a terrible, terrible history of the decisions made in this building, but it's got a great present because it's now used for what I believe is a really, really awesome initiative and something that I want to be part of. And once the pandemic starts to lessen, hopefully I can spend more time here, and we're going to talk about that right now. Alright, so this space is called the Fuchs and Gans Cantina, which is a bar, cafe, restaurant that's on the bottom floor of the building here. And it looks like when it's actually open and it's not pandemic, this is like an open space kind of bar where they'll have like picnic tables and chairs set up here. And then on top of the containers there is another space where you can hang out and drink outside, which is very nice here in Europe that you can drink in public. In Canada, where I'm from, that is illegal, but here it is the perfect location location to be able to socialize with friends and other artists, because this building has been renovated into art studios. How cool is that? So all these old offices in this beautiful brick building behind me, again built in the late 1800s, have been converted into artist studios. So there's people doing like paintings here, animation work, illustrations, doing photography, videography. From what I've seen, it looks like a super creative space, and I'm a little bit jealous, I must admit. I would love to have my own studio one day. Not too sure what I would do with it, but in a place like this, I'm sure I would find some kind of inspiration to create on a daily basis, which we're actually doing right now, funny enough. So maybe my neighbors with the Nazi past have inspired me, even though I don't have one of the studio spaces here. But look how cool that building is. Hey, like really, really interesting to know that there's people using these office spaces to create and do something positive in such a building with a tumultuous history. So that's it for us. It's the end of our second daily vlog here in Hamburg. I hope you liked it. And here I'll leave you with our last image, and let me know what you think of this video in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow.